If you've spent half your life hunting for a mattress that actually stays cool when you toss and turn, feels supportive enough for a night of restless back pain, and doesn't cheat you on price, you're probably sitting on the edge of buying something that looks good on paper, but turns into a nighttime disappointment. I get that hesitation. There are 100 premium mattresses out there, each bragging about pocketed coils or temperature-regulating fabrics, and it's easy to wonder whether any of them will really make the difference when you finally lie down. The worst scenario is waking up after a night's sleep still feeling hot, achy, or like you're sleeping on a cheap hotel mattress. Nothing but a few weeks of regret before you realize you need to start the whole buying process over again. That's why I want to talk about the Beautyrest Black Series 3 15.25-inch medium queen, a mattress that promises to address those exact concerns. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Black Series isn't just another luxury label, it packs a few specific design choices that make it feel less like a marketing gimmick and more like a solution to everyday sleep problems. First off, the cooling yarn woven into the surface is meant to keep the top layer from turning into a personal sauna. That's especially useful if you've ever found yourself sweating through your sheets in the middle of summer, or waking up with a sticky back after a night of high-intensity work. The woven yarn isn't just a fancy term, it actually creates a thin, breathable barrier that lets air flow across the mattress while still feeling soft under the skin. In practice, that means the mattress stays a touch cooler after you get in, which can be a game-changer for anyone who's dealt with night sweats or lives in a warm climate. But cooling isn't the only thing the Black Series tries to juggle. The core of the mattress is built around triple-stranded pocketed coil technology, a step up from the single-layer pocketed coils you find in many mid-range models. Each coil is individually wrapped, so they move independently, which helps minimize motion transfer when you share the bed with a partner. If you've ever been jolted awake because your partner rolled over, you'll appreciate that isolation. Moreover, the three-layer coil configuration is designed to distribute weight more evenly across the mattress, giving you a gentler sink in the zones where you need it most, like under the hips and lower back, while providing firmer support at the edges. That translates into a more stable sleep surface that doesn't sag noticeably after a few months of use. Adding to the coil structure is a specialized foam quilted into the surface. This isn't your run-off thermal memory foam. It's infused with a diamond material that, according to the manufacturer, helps conduct heat away from the body. While it's hard to verify the exact performance of that infusion without lab data, the practical takeaway is that the foam layer feels slightly cooler and more resilient under pressure compared to traditional memory foam. In lived experience, you'll notice a quicker bounce back when you shift positions, which makes getting in and out of bed feel less like a wrestling match, especially if you have limited mobility or simply don't want to wrestle with a mattress that feels too stuck. On top of that, there's a ventilated latex layer that maximizes airflow. Latex is naturally breathable, and when it's ventilated, you're essentially adding a network of tiny channels that let air circulate through the mattress like a cool breeze through a window. The combination of cooling yarn, the diamond-infused foam, and ventilated latex creates a three-pronged airflow system that, for most sleepers, keeps the mattress from feeling hot after a full night. If you've lived through the hotspot problem where you wake up with a sweaty pillow, this layered approach can be a huge relief. Now, who should actually consider the Beautyrest Black Series 3? If you're a side sleeper with a partner, you'll love the motion-isolating coils and the way the foam adapts to pressure points without hugging you too tightly. The triple-layer coil system gives a nice mix of softness and support that lets a side sleeper sink just enough to relieve hip pressure while still keeping the spine aligned. People who live in warmer areas, think southern states or loft apartments with limited climate control, will benefit from the cooling yarn and ventilated latex, which together reduce nighttime overheating. The mattress also fits a medium queen size, which is ideal for couples who need a bit more width, but don't have the space for a full-size queen. If you have a heavier build, over 250 pounds, or need a firmer feel for back pain, you might find the Black Series a tad too plush, since the top layers lean toward a medium soft feel. In that case, a firmer mattress or one with a higher coil count might serve you better. On the flip side, if you're a very light sleeper, who tends to feel too warm even with a fan, the Black Series